We love Doctor Who and you should too. Today we're going to be talking about our top 5 moments from Season 8, since Season 9 is coming out tomorrow. Now I'm going to warn you right ahead, I might mispronounce some of the names here and there. I did watch the season last year. Now our pick for number 5 comes in from the 12th Doctor's first adventure in Deep Breath. It starts with a T-Rex choking on something or trying to cough it up. We see Jenny and Madame Vastra telling someone that the dinosaur must have time traveled, with Madame Vastra saying that it must have been something that it ate. And no sooner than that, the T-Rex spits up the TARDIS. This is the first time that we see the 12th Doctor in action. He comes out shooting and then talking with the T-Rex, calling it his lovely lady, and telling it not to get the wrong idea. But with his regeneration happening very shortly before this, he was still confused, and he even shouts at Strax, "Come on, Clara, you know I speak dinosaur!" Till he finally overdoes it and faints. Number 4 comes from the episode The Robot and Sherwood. The Doctor and Clara end up in Sherwood because Clara wanted to meet her favorite character from her favorite story, Robin Hood. The Doctor ends up getting into a sword fight with Robin Hood, and Robin Hood tells him to draw his sword, and he goes into a speech stating, "I need no sword, for I am the Doctor, and this is my spoon." We learn that the Doctor is actually a very skilled fighter, and that he has had some training from Richard the Lionheart and others. Finally, Robin Hood cuts off a button on the Doctor's coat, and he makes the Doctor a tad angry. He then leaves himself open for an attack as a trick and parries Robin Hood's blade and pushes Robin Hood into the water, winning the fight. Number 3 comes from the episode Time Heist. Personally, there isn't one moment from this episode that I didn't enjoy. The whole idea that everyone, including the Doctor, agreeing to erase their memory and then try to rob the most dangerous bank in the universe. What isn't there to love about a great bank robbery story? We are introduced to a new monster that is known as the Teller, that has a psychic power that destroys a person's brain. Each person had something to gain from robbing the bank, and that's why they agreed to do it in the end. Sai, a hacker with an augmented brain, was there to get a device that would allow him to regain his memories. Cybra, a mutated humanoid who had the ability to shapeshift when touching things, was there to get a serum that would allow her to touch people without shapeshifting. Then the Doctor was there to get into the personal vault of Madame Carabraxos, for a reason unknown to him until he got there. It was to save the Teller's race. The Madame was keeping the Teller's mate locked up in her vault to make the Teller do her bidding. After this, it turns out the Doctor himself was the one who set up the entire heist to save the Teller species and to help Madame make up for her biggest regret. Number 2 comes from Dark Waters, where we find out who Missy really is. When the Doctor and Clara arrive in a strange location, they are greeted by Missy, and she is pretending to be an android receptionist for the 3W facility. She tells them a bit about the facility and even ends up giving the Doctor a very passionate looking kiss. This threw both Doctor and Clara off. Later, we find out that Missy has been creating Cybermen in the 3W facility to create an army. And then she is standing outside with the Doctor, and the Doctor finally asks, "Who are you really?" Because he knows that she is at least a time lady. And her response is, like you couldn't tell, "I'm Missy, short for mistress." I mean, I couldn't very well keep calling myself the master. And finally, number 1 comes from the season finale, where we learn what Missy's plot was all along. When the Doctor and Missy met in the graveyard, they finally learn why she's been doing this since the start. And she shows off that she has complete control over the Cybermen with a bracelet, and she offers it to the Doctor as a birthday present, saying, "It's lucky one of us remembers." The Doctor, of course, refuses the bracelet and demands to know why she's doing this. It turns out she just wants her friend back, to help each of them get back home together. And this is finally when the Doctor learns who he has become. He is not a good man, nor is he a bad man. He is not a president like the Earth made him, nor is he an officer. He is a madman with a box and a screwdriver just passing through, helping out and learning. And these are our top 5 moments from Season 8, also called Series 8. What are your top 5 from the series? Did any of ours make your list? Let us know in the comments down below, and I know I can't wait for the premiere tomorrow.